Oh gosh, yes. Angel. Oh man, I kind of was off my timing. It was funny, a little while ago, it was like 2-3 minutes right before it was time to stream, and I was just like looking up stuff, and then I lost track of time, and I saw it, and it was like right on the hour. I was like, oh crap, I need to start. So yeah. Also, yes, with the audio and just the stream in general, I'm gonna tell you guys this right now before anything happens, okay? I started up my computer. I usually start up my computer about an hour to 30 minutes ahead of the stream. And I do that just to ensure that the computer is gonna work fine. Remember guys, I had not used this computer for years and years and years, and it had issues. Well, if you guys remember, it would just click on and off randomly. And if you guys also remember, what my solution to that was literally hitting it. Because I was assuming something was like loose, and I, turned off the power, disconnected everything, and I made sure all the connections were nice and tight, right? Unplugged everything, put everything in there, all like the connections inside that connect to the motherboard. And I would connect it, put everything back together, and it still was giving me the issues. So I gave it, that smack, and that's when it worked. That was, what was that, like 2 months ago, I want to say? Haven't had a single issue up until when I started to, when I turned on the computer about an hour ago, right? I just had it on, it was working, because I just like to do everything right. Have everything ready to go. Well, it decided to start being a little poopy, unfortunately. So it was clicking on and off, on and off. I opened it up, did the same thing, made sure everything was connected, gave it another smack, and then it worked. Amazing, great, yeah? Put it back together, turned it on, and it was good for about 10 minutes, and then it started doing it again. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I did the same thing all over again, gave it another smack, and it was good for about 5 minutes, and then it just died. And I then did it a third time, only this time now, I have it tilted on its side a little bit. Like, imagine like it's tilted like 15 degrees against like the wall. I don't know why I thought that would help, but it has. And it's been on for maybe like 30 minutes and it's been fine. Although what I have noticed ever since, I want to say either, it might have been yesterday or the day before, I have noticed that my CPU usage is way higher than it was previously. I'm not exactly sure why that is. I think what it is that maybe either the CPU fan or the CPU itself is just giving out, and it's starting to be inefficient. It's starting to heat up too much, and I think those spikes in heat are what's causing it to actually kind of like click on and off. I don't know why it would be okay for a month or two and then be fine. The computer is a bit older. As I said, it's about like 10-year-old machine, so it would kind of make sense. I don't really understand the failure rate of how CPUs work in that way. And then also testing out. Oh, turn down the music? I can do that. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's always good to get the feedback on that. I think it was lower, but then for some reason it went higher. All right, there we go. I think we should be good there. So yes, I don't know how you are meant to test a CPU and stuff without literally moving things and in and out of a computer. The thing is with the CPU is that it is literally glued to the motherboard through its little thingy. So it's not easy to just like unplug and plug it somewhere else. Not to mention I don't have another computer to put that in. So just right now, the stream was at 100%. That was why the music was clicking on and off, because the CPU just kept going, because I have my little stats here, and it was just peaking at 100%, 100%, 100%. Also, like my connection was dropping down a little bit, and I think that's also because the computer is running on max. It seems to have leveled out now. CPU now is averaging at about 50%, so we'll see. Also, I'm going to go ahead and switch over here to our next scene. Let's see if this peaks it a little bit. Yeah, I think it's starting to peak, because when I do that transition, the transition doesn't play normally. the music freaks out. And the CPU usage spiked all the way to 85% from being 50 something. Yeah. And then also right now I can see my networking, it went down a little bit too. So yeah, I think you guys just saw that, right? You guys just saw how it is, because I'm sure the transition didn't play smoothly on your end, right? So for the last few, would I consider dismantling altogether and start building a new one to suit your specs? Also, Angel said, is there a local tech repair place you could bring it to? They might be able to diagnose the problem. So, I froze. Yeah, exactly. The transition shit itself. Yep, exactly. So, ever since all of this happened, also, it's really interesting. Moving from that scene to this scene, now my CPU usage is now at 28%. So, that first scene, I think because it's a video that's constantly playing, like that background with the pumpkins, I think that uses a little bit more CPU intensive for whatever reason, which is insane to think that a single freaking video that is looping could take up almost 30% more of CPU usage. That's insane. Anyway, ever since I started, kind of depending on this PC, I think I told you guys that I would start thinking about looking for another computer to build into the future, right? Quite literally, I was just talking to a friend of mine earlier this week, and I was thinking, I was like, should I get a... Oh, that's a video? Yeah, I guess. Yes, it's a video. The backgrounds, the animated backgrounds, they're just videos that loop. They're like, I think, sometimes 10 seconds long, and then they just loop back. But anyway... So, I was just talking to friends, and I was telling them, I was like, you know what? This computer's been doing really well for me. Ever since I gave it that smack, it's been good. And yeah, I've been kind of pricing out computer parts and things like that, so I don't know if I actually even need that. Like, I'm not gonna... Because I did think in my head, I was like, you know what? I'm thinking at the first start of the year, maybe like January, I'm gonna get the new PC. And then I was just kind of talking out loud and reasoning, because I do that a lot. Like with the people who I talk to. Sometimes I'm not even bouncing ideas off of them. I'm more like bouncing my own ideas to hear back to myself as I'm saying them out loud. So I was basically just kind of like, well, my computer's fine, so why should I try to buy a new PC in January when I should just ride this one out as long as I can? Not to mention, so many of the parts, like 80 to 90% of the parts that I would get are from Amazon, or they would ship within 2 days. So it's like, whatever, right? Like, even if my computer crapped out, I could, like, I have savings and things like that to be able to get a computer if need be, right? I mean, almost, I don't really go into personal stuff, right? I don't talk about my finances or anything like that. But I am a very frugal person, okay? It's like, I am extremely frugal. I don't buy things that I don't need. The cool thing when it comes to all of my audio stuff and the way how we do taxes in the US is that... Also, I didn't even hear a sound alert thing. Did it play? Because I didn't hear it at all. The cool thing over here in the US when you do taxes is if you have like a business or you have some sort of like small business, any expenses that you use towards that small business can be, they're tax-free. It played very low. Oh, okay. I don't know what that shock one was because I did not hear it. It did play. Okay, good. No, I am not loaded whatsoever. So please don't, please don't think I am at all. So the cool thing is whenever I do buy things for whether it's the stream, audios, anything like that, I am able to. I have like this running note on my phone that just has everything that I've ever bought for, audio production, whether it's the microphones, whether it's like my new chair for my desk, whether it's a cable that I needed, all of that goes in there because then I'm able, when tax time comes around, I can basically put that as an expense towards a business, right? And so in the end, my tax bill at the end of the year or beginning of the year, whatever it is a lot less than what it would be. Because this is considered like self-employment, right? So that's the cool thing that I can do when it comes to building a computer, is that the price would be a lot cheaper than what it would be like that, right? Not to mention, I am a person who literally, I don't really spend anything if I don't have to. So at the end of each month, I withdraw my Patreon funds, and immediately they just go into a savings account. I've been doing that since month one. Since month one of me having the Patreon, it just immediately goes into savings. So I have a good little nest egg there, and I only take away from it whenever I need something like a big expense. And I have had to dip into it only like once or twice for like actual really big, important, like, personal things, right? And I think this in itself is probably one of those instances. Like, for instance, I think like when I got my contract through Magic Wave, I use some of that money, which is different. I take that, I don't consider that like the Patreon money, right? So that helped me. Magic Wave is what helped me to be able to go to Japan. It's a lot of work because it's 3 audios per month, and they're, intensive sometimes. But all that work goes into something, right? And in the end, I'm able to benefit and be like, oh, wow, I get to go to Japan. That's so cool. It's something I would have never gotten to do if I hadn't. I mean, I could spend my own money from the Patreon stuff, but I'm the type of person who doesn't like to take money out of their account if they don't need to, because I just like seeing that number grow. It feels bad to have it grow and then it just like, it goes down a little bit because you used it for something. You're like, oh, now I got to deposit more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm like that. So you're saying the PC was a business expense for... Yes, so I can say that, yes, the PC is a business expense. Can mochi chewing your chair be a tax write-off? I wish. It's a damage. Yeah, I need it insured. So yeah, with how things are going in the US, it's a very good idea to have... Yes, I try my best to just have that kind of thing. And also, I have my full-time job, and I do happen to have like pretty good benefits with my job, so... all in all, I'm doing very well. Not like very well. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not in a different tax bracket. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am still I'm working 9 to 5 every day, and I need my job. And I live very frugally. My apartment is super tiny. Like I don't eat out. So as you guys know, I like to keep things cheap. So I feel like what I'm even doing right now is that thing that I always do that I was saying, where I talk things out just to reason it out. So I think that's what I'm trying to say here, is that we're going to see how this stream goes. If it just cuts out, I may not be able to come back on tonight. Because to be able to get it to stop doing that restarting clicking thing, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it could just do that forever. Somehow I was able to get it working again. So if it cuts out tonight, I probably will just post in the Discord or post on Blue Sky and say, sorry, technical difficulties, we'll have to try again next week. And if that happens, in the in-between this weekend, I will do my best to order everything that I need to for the computer. Again, this is already something that I'd already like planned, so it's not like an out of nowhere expense. I had already like looked up everything that I needed, how much it was going to cost. I just was pushing it down the road later on, just to be like, oh, well, if I don't have to spend that much money, it would be pretty good. But now it seems like a necessity, because the stream feels like such a important thing to me. I really do like having a place where I can just, kind of nerd out, geek out with the stuff that I like doing. I love talking to you guys live like this. This is amazing. I love interacting like this. As you guys know, I've talked about it, how like I always wanted to be like a DJ host or something like that since I was a kid. So this is like the closest thing that I get to do that outside of like the podcast, right? So I really enjoy this. So the fact, or the thought of not being able to do this just because of technical stuff, and I do have the means to get a replacement because of you guys, it only makes sense, right? It's like you guys literally are helping me do this. So of course I should use those funds to basically keep it going. And it would run even better. I could stream way more games too, because I could also stream PC games and do a whole lot more with it. But again, That's the whole thing. Dude, relax. You don't need to explain to us. Once we know you're happy and not struggling and starving, we're happy. Well, I'm not struggling. I'm not starving. I'm pretty happy. So I would say that's a win-win-win. If it helps talking it out with us, then go, yes, thank you. Appreciate it. If you can manage it anyway, cries and empties. Oh, no, Kitty. Believe me, Kitty. Let me tell you, I know what it's like to have no savings. I know what it is like to be in not just debt, extreme debt. I had lots of personal circumstances before where I've had to pay off. I'm not talking thousands of dollars in debt. I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars in debt due to personal things that happened in the past. And after years and years and years of hard work, keeping my head down, just working hard, really not spending anything, just paying it all off, I've been able to, get out of that hole. And it also helps that along the way, I learned that I had a bit of a hidden talent, and that was a bit of the voice acting stuff and the audio things. So that definitely helped out with stuff. So yeah, I know what it's like. And it wasn't even that long ago either. Also have a tissue nearby. Oh yeah, my sniffles. This morning I had a little bit of allergies, and throughout my day I was fine. But I came home and I took a nap immediately. I was super tired. And for the most part, ever since I've been on this, my routine of working out early in the morning, eating well, just doing all that stuff, I've been sleeping well too. So I haven't been extra tired during my day, which for the longest time, I felt like I was always tired during my day. I felt like I was at my desk and I could just fall asleep. Haven't had that happen to me at all in forever. But this week, I would say I've been kind of bad at going to sleep at the right time. I usually do 2 days a week where I wake up super early to go to the gym. But this week was 3 because my schedule got skewed a little bit because of, I think something happened over the last weekend. So I had to move things over one day over. And so that meant me waking up super early, more so than usual. And I'm not used to it. So I ended up today just being super tired, got home, fell asleep, just completely just died in the bed with Mikhail on top of me. It was very cute. And then I woke up and I had me some allergies. So not fun. But, just a little sniffly. Not too bad. Yeah, I hear you, Gigi. I had to declare bankruptcy after losing my job because of my PTSD and going on disability. So that's my whole thing. Years and years ago when I was, in that severe debt, I literally had to weigh, option A, do I declare bankruptcy? Option B, do I come up with a 5-year payoff plan and basically spend nothing on myself, do absolutely nothing, pay every single scrap of extra money to pay off this debt? And in the end, I decided to go with option B rather than go for the disability. But that's also because I have I have the luxury of being able to go to work and also have a good job and steady income. So I know that even that is a luxury. But again, as I said, I definitely know what that's like. Yep, been there, living on toast and porridge. I do it all again. Has it helped who I am? That I say the same thing, Cougar. It's crazy. It's when I tell people my life story and the things that I've gone through, it's not something I would ever recommend to anybody else. But when it comes to my own story and my own life, I feel I'm not going to say fortunate, but I'm going to say I'm glad things went the way they did because they gave me character. It built character in me, and it helped me now to appreciate things that it made me go through things that otherwise I wouldn't have gone through. And it now helps me appreciate things when I do get to enjoy things that maybe I never had the chance to before, because I know what it's like to be on the other side. You know what I mean? And it's rough. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't even that long ago. Kitty says, I got some good news the other day, though. I'm getting 2 raises. Oh, what? By the end of the year, 2 raises. And there's only, what? The rest of this month and 2 months left, and you're going to get 2 raises? That's what I'm talking about. Do I have my, hold up. Do I have my, my sound alerts open? Hold up. They want to work. These hype horns are for you. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Last night I was laughing with the thought of I'm going to bed at the same time Gigi would be getting up for the gym. Opposite sides of the world, time zones are crazy. Yes. Yes, guess who will be able to sub on the Patreon at the beginning? Oh, no, kitty. I meant what I said. That I'm gonna gift you a sub for the Patreon for November. So that way you have access to the Discord and those like video calls that I'm gonna do with me walking around Japan. Only thing is, as I said, I still need to figure out the times of when I'm gonna do that because again, time zones are crazy. So I'm gonna need to do them at a time that would be good for everybody. So I'll see how that all works out. Nina says, always seeing the glass half full and everything helps a lot to avoid falling into the hole. Yes, Nina, big time. I always say that to myself. I feel like it's weird to say this because I feel it almost sounds, not going to sound dismissive towards people who have it harder or who aren't able to cope with certain things. But sometimes I say to myself that I am lucky and fortunate that I am who I am. Because even though, like, I've gone through so many things, and I have had really, really down moments, some really down and dark moments. I've never been someone who even came close to being like, you know what, I give up. It was always no. It's like, what can I do? How can I do? What's the path forward for me to be able to do? What's route A, B, or C? You know, what is plan A through Z? You know, to be able to fix this or to get through this. And again, as I said, I think that's the whole reason why I'm able to just not get too down on things because I've been in really dark times and I was able to make it through. So yeah, that glass half full thing really does help. Obviously there is that, you know, toxic optimism, which I do not subscribe to because I feel like those things can be confused at times for being the same thing. The always seeing things half glass full versus like, oh, just always optimistic, because I don't think that. I am a realist that I know that, like when you tell people like everything's gonna be okay, it's like, dude, you don't know if everything's gonna be okay. You can't promise me that. Or it's like those things when people say like, it gets better. I mean, it might, you know, more times than not, you know, we do have to do a little bit of our own to make things better. Right? We learn from our experiences and hopefully over time we learn those lessons, right? But, you know, you do your best to do with the circumstances that you are given, and hopefully you're able to also have the, I don't want to say emotional fortitude, because sometimes, you know, having the ability to get through something doesn't even rely on you. Right? Like your emotions can sometimes be influenced by a billion other things that are not on you. So it's sucky to put the responsibility on that person. Right? Because you could be like, oh, like my life is horrible because of my job. And it's like, well, I need this job. So what can I do? Right? That's not really on you. So the best thing you can do is probably try to see that situation in a different light. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to get better. Right? So yeah, I think that's kind of how I go about seeing it. Absolutely, I wouldn't change a second even with the chaos that was invoked. I like who I am and I have people here who are my friends because of, yes, I'm glad you said that, Cougar. Also, I did listen to your voice memo about the whole the spooky stuff as kids and the imaginary friends and all that stuff. I am going to comment on that, okay? Because if you don't mind if I talk about it here. Because I know you said, I know that the voice memo was for everybody on the Discord, but if you're okay with it, I will comment my thoughts on that here. Oh, Gentle, I literally just said this, but you're seriously too... Oh, appreciate that, Angel. You're sweet. Japan time zones are only 1 to 2 hours behind me. Ooh. Well, that's good. That'll make it so like almost regardless of what time I choose, we should be in a good lock and step zeal. You'll be further away from me, so it could be breakfast for me. Boy, you don't have to. Another sweet, sweet soul DM me. Oh, really? Oh, that is awesome. Telling you, this community, fantastic. I'm always over the moon with just people just being the the nicest and most giving and generous people here. So thank you. I tip my hat to whoever did that. Not because I don't want to be like, whoa, I don't have to do that anymore, because I definitely would do that. But still, like, that is amazing. Brainrod Cat coming in. We know what that means. Senku's in the house. That's good, GG. Sometimes the overwhelm is so real that the brain is just, stop the world, I want off. Exactly. Hey man, it's a legitimate trait in psychology, resilience. Some people respond to trauma differently. I think that's what it is. Where I'm just the type of person that, like, if I get knocked down, I'm just going to try to keep getting back up no matter how. But there have been times where I'm like, you know what? Feels pretty good down here in the ground. Just let me just lay here for a little bit. I'll get up, I promise. But hold on, let me just take a nap. You know what I mean? People who say I've no worries or drama are either highly medicated or drunk. I refuse to say life is shit. That would dismiss all the happy moments. Yes, exactly. Life is tough. I say that. Life is hard. Life is not easy by any means necessary. And I don't know if I think I talked about this on the podcast recently, about how I had some conversations with some people who were recently kind of like, getting into the new chapter of life, of like hitting 30 years old. And I was saying how, like, so much of life at that point is a lot of expectations put on you and a lot of cycles. But once you hit 30, like, so much of your own new cycles and routines are now all on you. And so to loop it back and tie it back to what we're talking about, it's like life is really tough and hard. But once you hit that next, like, chapter, that big major chapter, right, which I think 30 is the big one for lots of people, that is the age where now that whole thing where, like, it's on you. The way you see life, the way life is going to treat you, all of that stuff, or maybe not the way life's going to treat you, but the way in which how you're going to react to the things in which life now throws your way. The way how you deal with it in your 30s is basically how you're going to deal with it for the rest of your life, because I feel like now that all the adolescent stuff, all the young adult stuff, all that stuff is kind of like out of the way, all the pressure, all of these things that are put in your path to be like, oh, you need to do this by this age, you need to do this by this age. And instead, it's all like, well, at 30, it's like, well, all those expectations, everything's out the window. You are now at an age where you're not young anymore, but you're not old. You're careening towards middle age, and you need to get your shit together. But there are no more expectations put on you except the ones you put on yourself. So once you are around that age and you're able to now balance out your emotions, your finances, how you handle just things in general, for the most part, as you age up, you will be able to take on things better and better and better. And things will surprise you a whole lot less because there was a song, I don't remember what song it is. It's a Death Cab for Cutie song. And in the song, he says, I have no firsts anymore. So if you think about it, like, first kisses, first loves, it doesn't even have to be that, right? It could literally be first time you flew first time you went on a road trip, like things like that, right? Once you're at a certain age, you have no firsts anymore outside of like more extreme things, or maybe just things that you always wanted to do but never had the means to do so. And so now that the quote unquote surprise of life is now kind of like doled out, it makes things a little bit less scary, I would say. And so you're able to just kind of just do things in a way that doesn't have all of this like weight put on you that I feel like when you're younger, it like there's a lot of weight on you, just like Zeal said, life is exhausting. Senku, yes, we're talking about computer stuff. We're talking about life in general, allergies. My computer basically was crapping out before the stream, and what it sounds like is that I'm going to need to order a computer way sooner than later, and that it is a possibility that this stream could cut out at any moment. So just be aware. And if it does cut out, I will not be able to come back. because I can't guarantee the computer will turn on. Remember that whole thing when I punched my computer? Like I gave it a good little whack that one time when I got it working? Well, it's doing that thing again that required me to hit it. Only it is very hit or miss on whether it actually fixes anymore. It like, I don't know. It's like it grew like some stamina. It's like a boxer now. Yeah, like I don't want to say anything with certainty because I'm not an expert, but I 100% believe that you have some insane. Oh, thank you, Angel. Lots of people say that, and I always say to people, I am nothing special. As I say, I am just my own individual. I'm just me, and I'm not saying I'm better than anybody or I'm able to cope with things better than other people. I never want to say that or give that impression. All I know is that with the circumstances and the trials and tribulations that I have personally suffered through, that I was able to handle those. But if you gave me somebody else's issues, who knows? Maybe I wouldn't be able to handle them at all. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I mean. For what I've gone through, I was able to make it through. Even if it was some of the hardest things that I've ever dealt with. Kitty, sometimes being a potato is nice and refreshing, but we still got to get up, keep going. My therapist told me yesterday, I admire your resilience. No matter what hits you, you just got to keep getting up and keep going. My reason, I have to. That's kind of like how it is. The way I always said was this, and I know, again, when people are on the brink of giving up, their brain is very like, I'm not going to say irrational, but their brain is very much like, I just want to turn everything off. I want to turn the pain off. I want to turn the hard times off. I just want things to just go numb. And that makes sense because to the brain, it's like, hey, solution to my problem, right? So if anything, you could say it's very logical. But is it the actual long-term solution? Not really. So for me, what I say all the time is like when people ask, how did you deal through that stuff? It was like, I wanted to enjoy life at some point. So the only way I was going to be able to get through it and be able to actually enjoy stuff later on was to just push on through and make it through the tough times. I've been meaning to comment on the podcast, specifically the featured presentation part, but I figured recording myself would be best since I was starting to write a novel of a comment. I tried recording in the car yesterday and it sounded awful though, so I got to try. Oh, no worries, Angel. You do so whenever you feel comfortable, okay? And you can comment anytime. Doesn't matter if the podcast was last week, 2 weeks ago, a year ago. Anything is always free game to comment on. The one I gave to Smack 2 more than 3 smacks later, it's fighting. But yes, that's what's happening. The computer's fighting back now. You're 44 next week. I might actually be past middle age. I don't know if I say that all the time. I'm like, when people are like, you're not middle aged. I'm like, statistically speaking, I am right around there. Got my blood results today. Thought I was menopausal. Nope, all hormone levels are normal. I'm just a very mature, cranky old cow. Can't blame anything anymore. I still have a lot of firsts to do, and I'm so exactly there. You will still find a lot of firsts, but I guess what I mean is a lot of like the firsts that are like the things that people hurdle themselves towards, right? Where it's like, oh, I want to go through this. Like kind of like these life goals that a lot of people put in front of you that sometimes maybe you wouldn't even care about had not all this pressure been put on you, right? And then once you hit a certain age, then you're able to figure out what you actually want to do. And then you can have your own firsts, right? We're glad that you are who you are, even if going through it sucked. I appreciate that zeal. Dumb joke time. What has 2 butts and kills people? 2 butts and kills people. 2 butts. So I always try to actually think about it so I can answer it, but then it's always like a silly answer that I never would have actually gotten the answer to. You know what I mean? Yes, Cougar, exactly. Also, going back to the your story about the kids who died in the fire. So I don't know if everybody heard the story, but Cougar posted an audio, a little voice memo in the Discord about an assassin. That's good. I love that. That's a good one. Hold up. You know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? If I can find them. Here they are. So here is my take on that. So when people say that they might have run into like the ghosts or spirits of something, because okay, I don't know if everybody knows this, but I am a staunch, I am immovable. I am the hard rock meets an immovable object when it comes to supernatural stuff. I love spooky things. I love scary things. I love horror. I love everything about it. And I think the reason why I love everything about it is because I love the psychological nature of what it does to us as humans. But I do not fear any of it because I don't believe in any of it at all. 0%. Negative 100%. I am not somebody who will ever tell somebody that they're wrong, though, or for having a different viewpoint from me, right? But I am that stick in the mud who will be like, put me in the most haunted house, the most haunted, accursed ground area, place, doesn't matter, anywhere you could find on this planet. And I will stay the night there, and I will do so gladly, and it will not bother me. I will sleep with no issue whatsoever, without even need of melatonin. Because that stuff doesn't scare me, doesn't bother me, none of it. So, that being said, when it comes to thinking like when we run into spirits or ghosts or things like this, I do think, because our brains are really interesting, it's like the idea when people think they saw something down a hallway, or they heard something, or they saw a face in something. Your brain is always trying to create patterns and always trying to create things that make sense for you. It's the reason why people, when they see like a burnt piece of toast and somehow somebody can be like, that looks like Jesus. Jesus is in the toast. It's like, no, Jesus is not in the toast. You just see this because you think there is meaning to certain things and you think you're being given a message or something, and your brain then connects it to that. Because if you didn't believe it, if you were born in China and you had that same burnt piece of toast, you would have just eaten it and it would have never thought anything whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, you would have just eaten it, it would have meant nothing to you, right? So I think the same thing when it comes to when people think, like, for instance, Cougar, when you said that you saw these like spirits of like these kids who died, who you think were the same kids that died in a fire back in 1981 in St. Louis. My thing is like, why would they be halfway across the world, right? Like, how did they somehow end up over there? Because if they're in a spirit world, how could they travel distance? Why would they need to travel distance? What is the purpose of them traveling distance? Why would they need to be there with you? Why do they communicate with you? How can they communicate with you? Did they speak to you? They have no bodies. They have no vocal cords. They have no bodies whatsoever. Not to mention they were burned. So how come they look whole? Because if they were burned, like, why do ghosts, like, we do see it in different media, how sometimes the ghost will look like how the corpse looked when they died. Because if they were burned, they would just be ashes on the ground. They wouldn't be able to talk, right? And then at the same time, it's like, okay, how come we see things that we connect to, but not things we don't connect to? Because we could always, like, we see the kinds of stuff that we see happening right now, like in the Middle East, in Palestine, right? How come people aren't seeing ghosts of the children there, right? How come we're not seeing of the brown children and the horrible things that they've gone through, and seeing horrible, you know, like seeing nightmares of those things? It's usually because lots of people do not connect themselves or relate themselves to those things. So they usually see themselves in other stuff. So it's kind of like, if you were to see a ghost, like, for instance, like, again, if you were just there where you are, and these ghosts halfway across the world came to see you, how come you also didn't run into, like, maybe, let's say, an Asian child who died in a car accident, and also that way, right? And how come they didn't speak to you in Chinese? Also, it's pretty convenient that they spoke to you in English too, right? We also don't know if these people had what if one of the children had a speech impairment, right? Or an issue, right, in real life? Did your kid brain know these things? You know what I mean? So it's really interesting that the brain tries to fill in all these connections. And you could also say, well, I didn't know these things when I was a kid. It also is possible that as a kid, you did see something or imagine something. And then as an adult, when you learn something, you fill in the blanks to create these false memories, because that's a thing that also happens too. We fill in our memories as well, where we will try to make sense of things that don't make sense with new information that we did not have at that time. So it's like, oh, this puzzle piece that I got in the future seems to have fit into the past, so I think it's that. Even though that could literally be a puzzle piece to something completely different, it has nothing to do with that. But we try to find meaning in the experiences that we have, and we try to make things be a bigger deal than I think that they are. Time and distance means nothing in the afterworld. They could have died of smoke, not necessarily of burns. Plus, it would take being a house a lot longer and harder to turn a body. This is true. This is true. All true. But that's also something that you wouldn't have known of as a kid, right? So it's kind of like, I'm sure they probably died of certain stuff, right? And just like the way Kitty says, like, the supernatural stuff is a lot of fun to contemplate, because we're also using the rules of the living to try to put rules on and logic in the world of the dead, right? So that's why I like to really like put it in that perspective, to be like, why would they speak? Why would they need vocal cords to speak? How could they speak to you? Why are they speaking to you? How come nobody else saw them? You know what I mean? It's like, there's so many different little like things that I like to pick at, you know? Also, let me go back up because I missed some stuff. My friends, oh, hold on. Cougar Store was so cool. There have been documentaries of kids and people having to remember past lives. I mean, yeah, past lives, but there's no way to document that, right? It's like a past life. Well, who was the other past life person? Also, again, we have so many instances of people being like, oh, you didn't know this thing, versus like, this kid could just be talking out of their ass. You know what I mean? It was kind of like that one girl. I remember like there was a Unsolved Mysteries episode about the girl who said that she was Anastasia, and she knew things that apparently nobody else knew. But then when they did a blood test, she was not related to these people whatsoever. She was like completely like not related to these people whatsoever, had no connection to them, but somehow knew these things. And I find those things interesting. Let's see. Cougar Story was so cool. Oh yeah, I really relate to this. I remind myself a pet's not going to understand why I'm there. My friends have an insanely convincing ghost story from their family. I need them to tell it to me again. I'm really curious what you would think about it, because I'm a skeptic too, but I couldn't find any reasonable explanation for the story. Not into Ouija boards, haunted house, but there's something I can't explain. I find it comforting. That is also a thing too, when it comes to having experienced something that doesn't make sense, right? That it's pretty cool to kind of know that, like, hey, we like to think we know everything, but it's nice to know that we don't. And so that's why I say, like, hey, I'm not going to poo-poo on other people and be like, hey, that didn't happen to you. I'm sure that happened to you. But from my point of view, I think there's an explanation to it, or the explanation is not always this equals this. It could mean this equals this equals this equals this equals this, and then there's a billion variables that could explain why things happened. Gigi, I think you're not believing in those things could be a byproduct of how you were raised. I've had experiences. I don't believe fully in what others do. I have my own theories. That makes sense. I totally get that. It is a lot of like my own, as with every single person, right? We all have our own unique experiences that turn us into who we are later on in life. But that's why literally today I was at work and a coworker asked me something about horror movies. I don't remember what the question was. And my answer was that I don't get scared with movies. Like, ever. Doesn't matter what's happening. If you show me something super gory or super violent with a lot of suffering, I find it unpleasant, but it doesn't scare me. You know? Nothing really bothers me in that sort of sense. Nothing keeps me up at night, I guess is what I'm saying when it comes to scary things. I will walk into the most dark forest. I will walk through that cemetery graveyard if you want, Nina. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. You want me to go into an empty haunted house with a mirror and a flashlight to my face and say Bloody Mary 3 times fast, 1,000 times fast. I will do it because it doesn't bother me. And I've done those things and nothing ever happens. But I do feel for the people who sometimes do believe in that, they get sometimes a bit too worked up, and because it's very similar to like that whole like toxic optimism thing where it's all like, it's almost like, what is that book called, The Secret? Also, hey there, Princess Flowers, hello. We're just kind of doing a little bit of conversating. In the book The Secret, there was like that whole thing where basically like if you what is it called? Manifest? Like if you believe in something so much, then you can manifest it into the universe. I don't believe in that. However, I do believe that if you believe in something, then there is the ability for you to not manifest it, but to create and make opportunities for yourself that otherwise maybe you would have not pounced upon had you not been ready for it, right? It's like somebody who thinks they're the greatest basketball player in the world and they want to be in the NBA. I am going to be the greatest basketball player in the world, right? You may not be, and likely is the chance that you are not that. But the basic fact that you want that to happen could dictate how strongly you work towards you wanting to be that, right? So much so that then you do it versus, and I said, like you said, Kitty, that's called manifesting. I feel like some people feel like, oh, if I just think it out loud, I will make it happen. It's like the jinxing thing where I said, oh, if my computer is good, then it should be good forever for a while. I don't have to buy a computer for a while. And then my computer craps out. That's just coincidence. That has nothing to do with the universe hearing my audible voice through my vocal cords. You know what I mean? Like the universe itself doesn't understand my language. You know what I mean? The inanimate universe doesn't give a shit if I speak English. If I make sounds that vibrate off my vocal cords and I say something about my computer, it's not gonna destroy my computer, because why the fuck would the universe give a shit about my computer? You know what I mean? Like in the grand scheme of things, you know? So there is a difference between, hey, I said this out loud and I want this to happen, versus then being like, I am going to work towards something that I want, and then you're basically able to will yourself into new opportunities and better opportunities, right? So I feel that same way of thinking happens when it comes to haunted stuff, where it's like the Bloody Mary thing. If you have person A say Bloody Mary 1,000 times in the mirror, and they feel nothing, they see nothing, they hear nothing, and then you have some person who is scared to death of literally even saying it once in the mirror, that person is going to assume that something horrible is going to happen. They're going to be all freaked out, and they have the possibility of experiencing something a lot more than person A, who doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? So I think that's what I mean. Also, hold on. Hooky Frog says, it's like people who kill owls just because they look like witches, or black cats too. It can be dangerous to actually believe in these things. This is true. This is true. And I think that's the danger when it comes to this, when it goes too far, because then it affects people's lives, right? The graveyard is the most peaceful place you can be. It's the living you should be scared of. Well, what happens if somebody was buried alive? Would that be scary? For me, if I see a lot of gore, it doesn't scare me per se, but it disturbs me deeply, and that is what renders me unable to sleep. I get that. I understand that. I just finished with dinner. I had roasted chicken. Ooh, that sounds really good, Flowers. I actually did not eat dinner today. And it was just because I'm not hungry. I was way more tired than hungry. So I'll probably eat something after this. Yep, secret is bullshit. My brother and I have been on a night tour of the cemetery twice, and they are quite entertaining because of the stories they tell. Nothing paranormal happened, and my brother was the most disappointed by that. Yeah, it's kind of like in the US over here, we have lots of ghost story, like ghost tours about plantations and a lot of things that happen to like African Americans. And I listened to this one podcast where they were talking about all these things. And then the podcast decided to do the research into the actual stories and experiences of these ghost stories that were being told on these tours. And in the end, these stories were so exaggerated. They were bent and moved in ways to titillate and to remove so much of the actual racism and horrible things that happened versus just trying to get a scare. And so these people, the basic story or premise of the tour, or of this podcast about going on these ghost story tours, was showing how racism is so deeply ingrained in some of these places and areas where we talk about ghost stories, that we then use the worst experiences of certain people's lives to then sell to them to titillate us in the modern time, just to scare us, when literally it was just like this most horrible thing that happened that was all based on racism. And all of that racist stuff gets thrown out the window when then it's just turned into a ghost story. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. I manifest shite every day. It's called bowel movements. I'm kind of with Gentle, where the scary, gory stuff doesn't keep me up. What does is watching true crime stuff, because that shit is real. Yeah. Not to mention, Shiv, you literally are in a career path where you see these people, and these people are very real. You know, that humans are the ones causing these things. There are not monsters. There are not ghosts. There's not horrible things. There are literally just humans just being horrible to humans. You know? I'm coming from the land of the Banshee. We take death very seriously. A wake could last 3 days. Oh, well, it makes sense. It makes sense. When you're over 40, that shit don't wash anymore. DG, I dare you to go into St. Augustine Lighthouse. I went as a kid. I will never go again. What is St. Augustine Lighthouse? I'm going to look this up. St. Augustine Lighthouse. Take me there on Halloween night. I will go. I will spend the night there. I will become one with the lighthouse, just like Robert Pattinson. Is it a scary place? Is it meant to be a scary place? Yeah, I didn't eat dinner. Oops. You treated yourself to vegan Philly day. Ooh. Here you can go to the old Melbourne jail. They do ghost tours there at night because they used to execute prisoners there. Ah. Ghost tours here in the US come across as so exploitative. Yes, exactly. I want to do the night tour of Jack the Ripper in London. It's on my bucket list. Dumb joke number 2. I have 6 heads, 8 arms, and 10 legs. What am I? I don't know. Pokefrog says, it's like The Thing in the New Mexico, Arizona desert. It's just a stolen body of an indigenous woman. Yes, exactly. That is literally what I'm talking about. There is an episode of Doug, the cartoon, which I used a clip of in the latest podcast, by the way, if you guys recognized it. There's an episode where they go on a road trip, and they're in the Southwest. And I've taken that road trip so many times. Like growing up as a kid, also when I went to LA recently, and you always see these huge ads for this place where you can stop called and like, come and see The Thing. The Thing is scary. The Thing, bobbity blobbity ba, right? And in that episode of Doug where they go on this road trip, he convinces his family to go see what The Thing is, and in the end it's like something stupid, and he's like, this is dumb. Why did we do this? Anyway, when you look up into what The Thing actually is, The Thing is just a stolen, mummified body of an indigenous, like, woman from the area. Because, again, this is, like, where Native Americans were. And they charge money to be able to go there. But it's kind of meant to be this creepy, scary thing. And it's just like, man, this is so wrong. What are we doing? You know? So it feels like that. Would you go into the infamous Japanese forest that Jake Paul went into? I have no problem whatsoever going to the forest. My thing with that forest is I feel like I wouldn't want to go there just for the respect of not taking it lightly. You know what I mean? I think that's something that I do care about a lot, is respect for... Going back to... We can tie this all back together to what I was talking about earlier. How... I know what it's like to go through really bad times, right? And so when I think of the people who have like ended their lives in that forest, there's no reason for me to go to that forest. The only reason I would go to that forest is simply to go because it's famous. And what is it famous for? It's famous for people who literally felt they were at the end of their rope. Literally and figuratively, right? So it's disrespectful to those people who are going through the worst of times just to say I went. You know what I mean? Like, it's not scary to me. It just feels very disrespectful to go to a place where, you know, as I said, it's like you're turning something light into something that is like the worst thing ever for somebody, right? They went to a place where they didn't want to be found. And that is just extremely sad, right? So that's just how I think of it. No. Don't look up the St. Augustine Lighthouse. If you manage to go at night, go in with no knowledge. That way the experience is real and not influenced. Where is this anyway? Hold up. In Florida? Well, there's your first problem. There's your first problem. Florida is haunted. I don't think I'd ever want to step foot in Florida. That's just me, though. I'm just kidding. I would definitely go. I would film it, too. I would film it. I wouldn't look up anything about it. I would just go. No issues whatsoever. There was a guy who died in Dublin a couple of years ago, and he had it written that the priest play a tape of his voice saying, "Hey, it's dark in here. All you fuckers have a piss up on my expensive." That's pretty good. It's like being insensitive to them and their families just because of a... Exactly. Like, don't need to do that, right? You're 45 minutes from the lighthouse. Ah, okay. Well, there you go. Well, excuse me for disrespecting the good name of Florida, but I feel Florida does enough of its own disrespecting towards itself. You know what I mean? I have no beef with Florida whatsoever. I had family who lived in Florida. But I just feel like outside of maybe Disney World, I probably would never go there. Irish humor at its best. Wait, are you saying that Disney is haunted? Disney is haunted. I'm just kidding. You'll take me on the tour. Take me on the tour. Exactly. Well, there's your first problem. Fuck that, bro. I hate it here. Make fun of his... Okay, good. There we go. Cool. I didn't want to hurt any feelings or anything, because I do know that, you know, it's like that thing when people say it's like making fun of somebody's sister. It's like, hey, I can make fun of my sister, but you can't make fun of my sister. You know what I mean? Anyway, so we are an hour into this stream, okay? I am going to attempt to play a little bit of Silent Hill, okay? I didn't want to start it because I was really afraid of the computer just kicking the bucket. It still might do that, but I think with the computer being on about over an hour, I'm not saying it's safe. I'm not tempting fate, but we will see what happens. All right. So let me turn off this music. Yes, we're actually going to game. Let me turn off this music. Let's switch on over here. Turn up my music. Oh, also I turned up the audio on the game in my settings. So guys, let me know if you need me to turn it lower for you guys, because it was a little bit too low for me. But I might have to change the audio for you too. So, but I'll do that after the fact. Let me get a... Hold on, how do I do this? I need a preview window. Here we go. I need it windowed. There we go. Again, I always feel like you guys have no idea what I'm saying when I say all those things out loud. Transition was smooth. We're at 20% right now, so I think the computer did level out. I think that was the issue. Also, I need my preview window. Here we go. Oh, also, I need my guide. We were at the very end of that chapter. We actually didn't finish that chapter. We were literally on the last paragraph. So, here we go. Let me know if the audio is too loud for the game when it comes to my my voice, okay? Because it's loud from me now, which is good. Head on over to 201. Oh, I need to go up.
It's time to play the game.
Time to play the game.
Time to play the game.
Amazing. Love it. Switch gun is left on D-pad. Although, switching back to the... It seems brighter, too. Oh, I turned up the brightness yesterday, didn't I? Or maybe I had to reset the game last time to be able to do that. I'm not sure. Also, I don't know how to switch back to the, wooden plank without having to go into the menu. Oh, were you guys saying that the audio changed? Not right now, but that I changed it yesterday. If that is the case, then yes, I did do that. 201, is this it? All right. And again, make sure to let me know if the audio is too loud or if it's good to go. After unlocking the door, interact with the handkerchief on the desk in the room. Trigger a cutscene. Well, I just heard somebody. Do-do-do. I could have swore I just heard somebody. Also, just curious. Here's a little poll. Do you guys listen with speakers? Or do you guys listen with headphones when you're watching me stream? I've always been curious about that. This is the handkerchief. Okay, I think some shit's about to happen. Headphones, headphones. Ah, okay, okay. Oops. Dude just got wrecked. You can do something, David Lynch. The good thing, at least with that zeal, is that it's more implied than actually shown. Shoot him. In the face. Well, I mean, he would hit the pyramid thing, I guess, huh? Kind of giving Leon vibes from Resident Evil. I'd be afraid of the ricochet shooting that close. Okay, so it does look like headphones for a good number of people, but also just depends. I was just curious because, like, with games like this, with it being kind of like creepy, like you also hear a little bit of the creepy vibes. Oh, you want to... You want to know what movie I saw yesterday? I had never seen it before. I saw Jennifer's Body for the first time. And man, that movie was so good. I had a lot of fun with it. It reminded me of me, like, just teenage times. I feel like that is such a good, like, October Halloween movie. Because it's, like, fun at the same time. It feels like just, like, horror Mean Girls. Yeah, I hadn't seen it before. Also have to use earbuds for Archie. He'll wake up and want to play. He can bugger off. Mommy's busy. Oh, also, that video was so cute of Archie. Archie's the best. He was such a little dude when he was a puppy. All right, so I don't think I have the map for this area, so I think I need to go to the next one here. This is the Blue Creek Apartments. Okay. Exit the room you landed in through the blue door and turn left to find a map to Blue Creek Apartments. There's the blue door over there. But I must search for things. Rusty business. Now we're definitely in Silent Hill. Once you start seeing rust. Oops. Shit's gone bad. Nothing there. Okay. Check out over here. Oh wait, do I? No, I don't. Never mind. Don't think. Okay. Rusty World? I mean, it basically feels like that. He was tiny, you could fit him into your hand when he was found. Now he's too big for the sofa. He's a big boy now. To be honest, I also haven't seen Jennifer's Body, mostly because I'm not huge into horror, but I should. I think anybody should really watch it. There are some, like, kind of horror scenes, like people being eaten and shit like that, but they don't really, like, show anything. It's just implied. But, oh, I'm telling you, it's just horror Mean Girls. It is the most millennial thing ever, and it just made me feel like I was back in the early to mid 2000s again, in a good way. All right, let's go get our map. All right. Continue down the hall till you reach the wall. You can break using your wooden plank. Go through and head for the blue door on the far left. There was a wall that looked as if it was breakable, like this thing. No, I guess not. Horror Mean Girls still better than singing Mean Girl. Ah, I did not see that one. The recent one. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, they're coming. They know I'm here. Should I bother fighting them? Oh, fuck. That literally scared me. Not because it was actually scary, but I was just trying my hardest to not get hit. Come on. Go ahead, get inside. What are you doing? I have no healing items. I have no healing items. Go. Can I hit you through here? I don't think so. Okay. Follow the path to room 212? Where am I? Did it go around? Or is it just still there? Okay, it's still there, slithering around. I hear something else, so I think maybe there's another bad guy here. Like in my headphones, I hear them like moaning and groaning on one side and then the other. Okay, there's one right there. There's some health. Does it go to 212? But that's so far away. Follow the path to room 212. I don't think I was even supposed to go in here. I think I was just supposed to unlock it, but that was it. Because the hallway goes that way? Let's go back out. Alright, whoop! Right past that guy. Alright, hold on. Let's regroup. Okay. Alright, well. Once he crosses here at this corner, I will run around him. There we go. I think I do have to go in there, because there is no entry. This door doesn't open, right? No, it does. Okay, so yeah, I do have to go that way. Unless... Is there something here? No, okay. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Cannibalism, that's one of my biggest icks, but maybe if I watch it with some friends, I can handle it. It's more like she just, she's like a vampire of sorts. Where is that bad guy? Just straight up in the kitchen? Yeah, okay. Okay, let me back up a little bit and come up with a plan. I could lure it out and walk over this area. Yeah, go that way, go that way, go that way. Yep. And then I will go this way. Aha. Fucking loser. I'm just kidding. Bullets, bullets, bullets. It's gonna come back. Ah. Okay, okay. Now I'm gonna go back this way. Ha ha ha. Chase me. Is it here? They come back. Oh, there's two of them! No! Get off me! Am I dead? Am I dead? No, no. Drink your drink. Oh, no! Okay. Gun time. Take that. And that. How about that? Yeah, that's right. Also, I'm telling you, how can you switch back to the plank of wood? It doesn't let you. Did I kill the other one? Oh, okay, I did. Yeah, she's a vampire, yeah. It's not just cannibalism just for cannibalism sake. Okay, well, it sucks not having health. Maybe I should just keep the gun out, I guess, for now. He's not having a good time. I think there's a save point, they said. By 212? But I mean, this is pretty far. Oh, I get a shotty! That'll help a lot. Dead moths. That's not ominous. Can someone Google real quick if you are able to... like... change weapons, but be able to change weapons back to the... what do you call it? To that plank of wood? Because I can never do that. It sucks I'd have to, like, stop to do that. And you said it was the most millennial thing ever. I'm on the cusp of old Gen Z and young millennial, but let me tell you, I love my millennial. It is the most millennial thing. It is amazing. The way they talked, the way they dressed, everything in that movie is just millennial core. Okay. So this is a puzzle. This is like the main puzzle, I think, that we're going to try to solve. What's up, Scott? Henry fears Scott. He'll run from him and hide. He's fled to the west to the other side. But here comes Mildred with unknown intent. Scott lies face down, blind to her descent. Okay, so obviously a riddle. Now to try to find some health. He is, oh, hold on. Hell yeah. Drink up. Get those electrolytes in you. Dirty pots and pans. I know there's a quick switch, but I mean, how do I switch to the plank of wood? Because I can't with that. Like, all I can do is quick switch to... Okay, press R2 and you'll auto swing your plank. Okay, there's that. Now let's switch to that. Ah, that's what it is. Okay, there we go. That's what I needed to know. That even though I'm not holding the plank, if I hit R2, it uses the plank. Got it. All right, awesome. Also, is there a reload? Like, so I can't reload. Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you, Angel. Yeah, it's not very intuitive. Halloween is almost here. If anyone would like to scare me, I'm terrified of $6.9 million. I like that. All right. We have to obtain the hour hand. Enter room 203. Oh, wrong button. 203. So we go back out. It's over here? This 203? Wait, no. There's not even door numbers on this. Hold on. $202. That's where Mothman lives. 203. Okay. Well, how do I go into 203? Do I have to enter through 212? Like, on the backside? I'm also super afraid of being alone with a certain VA on a comfy sofa with snacks and a good movie surrounded by happy cats. Amazing. Here we go. Whoa. Something just... Oh, no, that's just the reflection. The shadows. You have some scary thoughts there, kitty. Oh, gosh! That was creepy. Ah, get off! I like that it laughs. Creepy. Doesn't even have a mouth. Like, yeah, they can go for it. Also, as people watching it rather than playing it, does the game, like, creep you guys out? I'm curious. Like, is it as effective as maybe playing it? It doesn't look like there's anything here. Yeah, it doesn't skip leg day. The jump scares jump scare you. Oh, okay, good. Okay, pass through to room 205. I'm assuming this is 205. Oh, shit. Ron has showed up. Ron has entered the chat. Always gotta look around. I hear something. I hear goopy sounds. goop is real. Okay, I don't think there's anything here. Don't mind the sound of the static, though. The visuals don't scare you, but the sudden noises, yeah. That's not creepy, that open window. Are they wearing platform shoes? Ah! I didn't know that was gonna happen. R1 reloads the gun? Okay, I think... No, that can't be right. Because R1 just does that quick turnaround. Alright, hold on. Let's go back over here. More handgun ammo. Did I pick up the... Okay, no, not yet. Okay. Go to the fire escape. Climb the stairs. We're going to 303. And in the other apartment, the third floor was the one that was like covered with like just littered with bad guys. I jump with you, yell because of the earbud. Oh, I'm sorry. Paying more attention to the commentary in the chat than the game. Ah, gotcha. Not as scary. Okay. Ron has a lot of friends. Well, sounds like it. Plus, having the small screen using my phone. Oh, that's true. That's true. And also having other things distracting makes sense. Plus, Lucy keeps wanting me to play with her, so only the horror I'm focusing on is the mighty fierce hunter's tactics. Yes, they are. They're sexualized things for James because he's a freak. Oh, is that kind of like the thing? That would make sense. Oh, they're not platform shoes, but they're just like super thick heels. Look at those chonkers. Do any of you guys wear like high heels? Because man, that sounds rough. I actually don't really know anybody who really wears high heels on the regular. There used to be this one lady who was like much older. Like she was probably like in her 60s at work. She worked in a different department and she always wore high heels for no reason every single day. And I was like, you know, you don't have to do this. You know, it's not the 1960s anymore. You know it, right? I looked away right when it started. Back up. Okay, I just wanted to make sure the other things didn't like reanimate. Pick up handgun ammo, health drink. Head to room 307. First, we must explore. Exploration is key. Also, anytime I see openings of any kind, I'm assuming something's gonna pop out. Also, seeing these things give me like the idea that like Mr. X or Nemesis is gonna just jump through the freaking wall like in Resident Evil. It's over here. Okay, we don't have to go there just yet. Yes, I do. I wear them when I go to court, and now I'm used to them. Oh, but I only, Zeal says, but I only wear 2-inch heels now. Sometimes it depends on the occasion, but not that high either. Can't wear high heels only once every few years if I'm attending a wedding or something. I always remember how my mom fucked her back from wearing high heels too much, so now I live in runners. Damn it, I'll rewatch the other half of the stream, but over slow. Oh, no worries, Nye. The first half of the stream, we literally were just talking. So in terms of anything gaming related, we just barely started like 30 minutes ago, I want to say. A lot of ammo. I should be using my gun a lot more, huh? Okay. You'll find a radio inside a cage. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage. Am I in the... No, this just takes us to the hallway. .307 over here. Hello. Hi. Maintenance. I'm gonna walk into your place now, okay? Ooh, music. Ooh, I got 3 drinks. Is this music playing for real somewhere, or... I think it is. I don't think it's like the game. That's pretty cool. Yeah, housekeeping! No items to use on that. Can I open this? You'll need to lower the radio using the valve inside the room to get the hour hand. Where's the valve? Exit through the orange door and hop into room 305. Orange door? Was it the one that I just walked through? Yes. Nori's... Nori. Mochi. Stop destroying the cat tower. Oh god. What just happened? It locked behind me. Oh, hold up. Let me read the chat real quick. And also let me get a little coffee. Even then I'll probably swap to flats before long. I'm in trainers all the time, but yeah, I wore the platform shoes back in the day. It was a retro look. I lived in them. Really? High heels. I wore combat boots under my prom. Just hell yeah. But apparently I've got weak ankles, so I don't trust myself to eat shit in heels. With velvet shirts and chokers. I'm wearing thigh highs for my birthday outfit. Look at you, Nye. Hell yeah. Me talking about fashion from before Shiv was born. You know a girl I had, my crushed velvet burgundy dress with the black choker and the black platform. That's badass. It gives me like Daria vibes. That's true, those health drinks. Also those syringes that have been obviously used and reused. Okay, I think we can take this off, I'm assuming. What just happened? What just happened? What just happened? Ooh, it's 2 of them. Ooh, okay. I did not see this door here. I'm assuming that's where one of them came out of. Those health drinks really don't do much. This isn't where we were earlier, is it? It is, actually. 303. I have to go back to 305? Please don't tell me this area repopulated with people. I think it did. Ah, check out that dodge. Get in there. That's not what I want. Do I not have the valve? I could have swore I took the valve. Please tell me I have the valve. Hold up. Oh, I was supposed to go to another room. Man, okay, well. Let's go back. I had to go to 304. Do any of them have hands? Probably not. Maybe that's probably also something to do with the game itself. Maybe they lack control or something? Like they lack individuality in terms of being able to do things for themselves? 304. Six. Kind of confused actually, so let me just retrace my steps. 307, and then we go through here. Only problem was this thing locked, so we do have to go the other way. Never mind, yeah, we're gonna have to go the long way. And I do have to possibly dodge that one guy. Oops. Wrong mouse. You didn't think they were giving you health for nothing, did you? Yeah, exactly, right. You know, I know game design. Hello. I'm just gonna sneak past you, okay? Just gonna sneak right past. Oh, why'd you hit me? I was trying to be your friend. Do the leg people just keep chasing you endlessly, or do they just kind of give up? Nope, they just keep going. Whoop! Phew! Man, it's like a dance. Okay. I just don't remember how I ended up in that other room. Okay, here we go. Okay, that was the window. Came out here. This was the valve. And then now we're here, and we need to go to room 306. Which is across the hall here, right? And I think I have the key now. This is 304. I don't have 304. 306 should be over here, maybe? Ah, get inside, get inside, get inside! Get inside! Oh, God, close the door! And then there's probably something here. Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, my God, I can't see anything. Go away, go away, go away. Oh my God, no. No joke, that legit scared the crap out of me. I flinched so hard. I flinched so hard I accidentally turned off the flashlight. That's why I was just literally in darkness. Okay. Oh man. We need health. Find some health, man. Find some health. That got me so bad. Oh, that was legit. That was the first time I've been like scared. Yes, the shock. Okay, there it is. Oh my gosh. That was pretty good. Also, is the shock coming in loud enough? Because you know me, always gotta freaking fix sound alerts and shit like that while I'm doing stuff. Wow, that was... Oh! I don't get scared often. That one got me. That one got me. Let me see. It could be louder. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Do I have one? I can't find shock. Is that one of my sounds? Or is there like a default one? Because I don't see it at all. Also, I'm going to turn on some other ones real quick. Because I actually have a few that I had been meaning to turn on. Okay. Oh, okay. So you can, I totally forgot that you can actually search and stuff like that on your own and just be able to use your own sound alerts? Because I had no idea, because that's actually really cool. I just don't think I can change those sounds, like, individually. Also, I looked up how to do the heart rate thing, but I forgot to do it because all the computer stuff was happening earlier, so I totally forgot. But I should, I did download the app and everything. Also, hold up, let me see. I remember it is actually really easy to get going. All I have to do, hold up guys. Just gonna open up a tab real quick. Come on, Chrome, you can work with me. Do it, I can do it. .go/. Okay. Yep, continue. Don't know exactly how this works. That was amazing because I quite literally jumped so bad. Okay, I think this should work now. Okay, now I have to just turn on the app. For some reason it worked, and then sometimes it wouldn't. Okay, there we go. I think I got it. So now... Here we go. It's actually really easy, Angel. Browser source. Okay, I'm gonna try this out. Let's see how this works, okay? Go here in OBS. I think it's this. Let's name it heart rate. It's okay. You guys can see that, right? Let me put in this link. I don't think it needs to be that big though. There it is. There's my heart rate. I don't know how fast it... There we go. Let's put it here. Yeah. Okay. Should I make it bigger? Or should I make it smaller? Also, 71's a pretty good resting heart rate, don't you think? I think that's a good size. Hell yeah. Told you, I researched earlier and I downloaded the app. I just forgot to set it up. Pretty quick. Alright, well, I'm assuming I have to crawl down there. Yeah, lol, 69. Fantastic. I hear enemies. Beautiful. I am just going to whip out this gun and just shoot it because I don't have time. Oh, it's running away from me or what? I think it's trying to lure me. Fuck. Yeah, it was trying to lure me. It's gonna come back. Fuck, where? Where did you come from? I'm dead. That's some bullshit. Okay, well. Yes, I know I died. I hadn't even saved in a while, too, so I'm gonna have to do a whole bunch of that all over again. Good thing is, though, I now know what to do, which is always a good thing. Alright, well. It's alright, it's alright. Oh, that thing's gonna explode, I forgot. Or not. It's not gonna explode. Shoot in the leg. I'm upset! Stop throwing up at me. Okay. I don't think I got this item here last, or maybe I did. Nothing here. How do you reload? I know I was told earlier it's R1, but R1 just turns you around. I am going to put this over here. Yeah, I died if I didn't know. Oh, it's square? Oh, okay, cool. Thanks. There we go. Appreciate it. Also, what did he just write down? More health stuff. Oh, radio. That's what he wrote. Also, I don't think I went to this side of the room when I first came here. Well, it's locked anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so I'm going to have to redo all of that section. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Oh, so I actually do have a humidifier. Both here and at work. And so I actually took out my tiny little humidifier and I put it at my desk. And it's been helping. Although that one is not a vaporizer, so I can't put any oils or anything into it. I'm not sure if I could anyway, because I do have other people there. So I'm not sure if they would like it if I had stuff like that. So I'm not sure. But I think I'm just going to be using my humidifier a lot more now. It literally is just out in my front room. It's not connected to anything. And I should use it. Sorry for all the sniffles, guys. These bullets don't do shit on these people. I feel like just whacking them is way easier, because there's only like 3 hits to kill them versus 10 bullets to take them down. Again, sorry for the sniffles. Alright, I think now we're back to where we should be, because now we need to get to 307, which I think is over here. Oh god. Ugh. See that dodge? See that dodge? Hurry, hurry, hurry. Get in. Get in, get in! Okay, this is where shit went bad last time. Is it behind me? It did. They can go through the... Okay, that's what happened. They can come through the wall, through the doors. Dude headbutted me. that third one? Where's the third one? Where's the third one? Or did it just... Oh, okay, never mind. It just exploded. Okay. As you can tell, my heart rate was pretty chill during that whole time. Okay. You guys just feel bad for me? I'm fine, I'm fine. Appreciate it, though. Thank you. I feel like I'm just gonna die again. Lovely. There has to be some other healing item here. Has to be. No? Okay, I remember there's two bad guys here. There was that Legs. I just called him Legs. Legs was here. There's this person. Which I can't tell if they're still alive or if there's another person. Okay, it's dead. Hold on. Can they be on the ceiling? No. Okay. Oh my gosh, see? It did wake up. Okay, then the legs thing is gonna wake up. The legs thing is what killed me. Hey. Alright. Not bad, not bad. I had like 30 bullets earlier. You're not kidding. Oh, okay. Is there literally glory hole things here? What the fuck? Where are the glory hole things? Hold on. Are they in here? Because now I'm curious. Also, I need to look for stuff. I have to hope. I can make it to the save spot. I don't want to do this all over again. They're literally bathrooms with glory holes. You have to stick your arm in, so keep your... Oh, okay. Similar to like that one time we put our arm in there. Nothing here? Oh, bullets. Wait, hold on. We have to break it. No health, though. Okay. Crawl through a swell, turn a valve inside this. Okay, hold on. Get the hour hand and return to the clock. Where are we? Alright, we need to go to 307. Shit, did I go the wrong way? I think I did. Oh, no, 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 no! Fuck you, legs. Fuck you, legs. You too! No! Why is there so many of them? Oh my god! No! Why? What are you guys doing to me? It's a dead end. It's a dead end. Are you kidding me? No! I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh. Okay. Well. Well. That is hot garbage. I still have to... still have to do that all over again. This part's rough. Also, I'm telling you guys, check out that heart rate, man. Check out that heart rate. Okay. Oh, the beard rub? I didn't realize I was doing it, but yeah, I do it sometimes. It's like... Alright, how am I this chill? I don't know, man. Just am. I've gone through shit. Who is attacking me? So that way I can fight back at them. Nice! Back up as it explodes. Alright, cool. Beautiful. More ammo. More ammo. Oh. Let's get a shortcut. This is what I was looking for when I was trying to run away from them. There is a shortcut, and I totally missed it. Because I think during the last time, I didn't create the shortcut. Unlike the first time. The beard rub is sexy. How am I so chill? I don't know. I'm telling you. I don't know. Oh, I think I missed this drink last time. You're so jealous of the beard. Alright, let's also make this shortcut here. Alright. Shortcuts made. And I think there's some stuff here to pick up too. He's also going to write down that, oh, there's a radio here. Alright, 3 drinks. Nothing there. Hopefully something here. No. Oh, wait. Hold up. Turned around too fast. Alright, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Also, I did not advertise the stream today, like on any of the socials. Because I was not sure if the stream was even going to happen. Alright, now we're in here. Can I preemptively kill this thing? Because I know it's going to wake up. And also, I used way too many bullets on it last time, so we're not even going to bother with bullets. We are going to wreck it with the plank. So we're going to turn this thing, immediately run to the bathroom, and beat the shit out of it. Okay, run. Beat the shit out of it. Beat the shit out of it. Run away! Okay, that one. No, don't kill me, don't kill me. Okay, think we're dead, All right, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, that wasn't too bad because we were able to make it through there while using only one healing item. And then I do think the legs person... Oh, no, they're not there. Okay, never mind. I think there is one enemy here we have to cross by. Yep, right there. Okay. Get inside, get inside. This is where we have to fight like 3 of them, which is super shitty. Oh no! No! The poison stuff killed me. Okay. Oops. Oops. To let you know, GG, the Lakers are playing on Wednesday. Streams on the 15th and 22nd. The only thing is, I think those games are preseason games, so they don't count. I believe, because I think the real season doesn't start until November, I believe. Yeah, I am eating it. This is tough. It's just when you have to, like, hit so many people all at once. Out of curiosity, do you like to play horror games or watch horror movies in the dark? I know some people do that. Yes, I do that all the time. I'm doing that currently right now. I'm in the dark. Outside of the lamp that I have, just so I can see my keyboard and everything. Because it's not like, it's not lit up. Back up. What's up, Senku? You are back. Welcome back. Yeah, I like the extra effect kind of thing. I do that for everything. Anything where I can get more into the mode of it, get into the vibe, I'm down for. So I do watch movies like in the dark, but I also have like LED lights like behind my TV to kind of give it like an even more spookier kind of vibe. I'm all about vibes. That's like my whole thing. I really just want to get this hour hand and save the game. That would be great if I could do that. Radio, yep. Also, where is the save point? Maybe I should go back to a save area. Let me look it up. Where is the save point? It doesn't show where the save points are, huh? Let me check. Where was the last save spot? The last save spot was... What? I don't even think we got a save spot. Since the beginning of this. Yeah, there is no save spot. Okay, that's fine. Well, oh well. I'm also about vibes. I'm literally getting a tattoo during Christmas time that'll say, no thoughts, just vibes. Hell yeah. I'm so sad I know this about a game I don't follow. I like vibes too, as long as they're charged. That's good. I had to think about that for a second. Oh my gosh, appreciate the raid. Appreciate that so much. Cardlin Audio. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to everybody as I try my best to not absolutely get wrecked. Even though I've absolutely been getting wrecked this entire time. Hey there, Sugar Cookie. Hello, hello. Hey there, Elsie. Hi, hi, hi. All right. Let's do this. I think I'm going to actually attack the guy by the door first, now that I think about it. Before the person in the bathroom. Got this, we got this. Nope, stop fighting back at me. Okay, okay. Back up, back up. It's gonna explode. Uh-huh. Hit it from the back. That's what she said. All right, check it out, guys. I actually somewhat know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. Welcome, everybody. Aw, Cardlin Audio. Well, Sugar's pretty great, I'd say, so... Thank you for, thank you, Sugar, for offering that, that suggestion for that raid. I appreciate it. And thank you for that, Cardlin. Is it I don't know how to say the name exactly. Cardlin Audio? Or Card, like, Lin Audio? Hell yeah. Also, since we did get that water, that hydration check, I'm gonna go ahead and drink a little bit of coffee real quick. So hold up. Let's get some coffee. All right, you had to get it. That's what she's. Yes, I did. I've been hanging around Kitty too long. All right. We have to go to 306, which is always the worst plan in the world. Cardlin Audio. Okay, appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you for the. I was gonna say correction, but not correction. More like. Hold up. One more. Okay. Also, I'm pretty sure this thing wakes up and slithers into the room. Yes. I'm glad I noticed because I could kill it before it even goes into the room. We're learning, we're learning. That being said, we should heal before we even get in there. Okay, let's do this. This is where I'm always dying. Oh, I appreciate it. Oh, Sugar, I will definitely follow Cardland Audio as well. As soon as I survive this, I will be sure to share the love. Run in. Usually it's 3 hits. Alright, back up, back up, back up, back up. Hey, yo, guys, it's almost like I'm learning or something. We actually made it through all of those fights. And only got hit once. Alright, well. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make sure to follow Cardland. He's good. Awesome.
We did it.
We did it. We did it. Yes, pattern recognition at its finest. Okay. Gotta crawl down here. This is where the legs, and also there's another crawler. Yes, on my first try. Quote unquote first try. Okay, I do believe as soon as I turn my back here, this thing wakes up. So let's just kill it. Let's back up. Oh, we killed it even before it could explode. Sweet. We can even shoot this thing. Yo, guys, it's almost like I know how to play video games. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to knock this out. Okay. And then let's get the valve. Alright. Got the valve. Am I a gamer or something? I don't know. Something like that. I do believe there are a ton of enemies here. So I might actually wait to see if I can lure some in here. Okay, there's one. Oh, fuck. She just knocked me the fuck out. Can you stop moving for 1 second? And let me shoot you properly. Need to reload. Alright, cool. I do have healing? Alright, cool. Sweet! Oh, we got this, guys. We got this, guys. We got this. It's not as if we've been playing this section over and over again this entire time or anything. Okay, we need to go to 307. I do believe there are a ton of enemies here. So we're just going to try to skip through all of them. Get to that door. Go, 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 go. Got it, we got it, we got it, we got it. Let's hope none come through the door. I don't think they will, though. Alright, awesome. Let's put this here. Yeah, let me shoot you properly. So squishy. Okay, we got the hour hand. Now from here... How the heck do we get back to where we started? We have to get to room 212. How do I do that? I don't recall the way back. Like, I see the stairs and everything like that, but obviously we can't do it through here. Unless, hold on. Oh, the door opened. There it is. How convenient. What else is happening over here? Nothing. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. H? H for what? H for hell? Oh, that's not nice. I don't like people banging on the door. First, let's get items. H on door. I like how he wrote that. H on door. I need to get to 212, so I think it's this way. Oh my god, we found the save spot. Okay, let's not save it first. No, yes, let's save it first. Let's save that first. Now, let's see if we can put the hour hand into this thing. I don't think we have the time yet, though, so. Ta-da! Alright, we're not going to try to solve the puzzle just yet. And instead, we're just going to put that down there. Also, let's read the puzzle one more time again. Hold on, let me see. Henry fears Scott. Henry fears Scott. He'll run from him and hide. He's fled to the west, to the other side. But here comes Mildred with unknown intent. Scott lies face down, blind to her descent. Scott and Mildred. West is also, like, kind of in bold. West. This is west. Yo, did I get it? Oh, now what? Because that's Scott. Pointing towards Scott. What did that even do? Yeah, what the fuck was that puzzle? Yeah, I don't know what that even did. I'm assuming we probably have to go to where the H is. Oh, you know what? Hold on, let me see. Alright, never mind. I thought maybe H stood for hour, but I think that is the hour hand. Anyway, I am going to save here, and I think we're going to finish the stream right then and there. Also, I am super stuffed up right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it. That was fun. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Oh my gosh, I am all stuffy. Hold on, guys. Beautiful nose sounds. They are the best. All right, let's turn on some music. Oh my gosh, not that music. I was about to start lurking because I could sleep. Well, good thing then. Well, the computer held up tonight, so that's good. That's pretty good that it was able to make it this far in. I posted a photo on the Discord of the cough drops that are super helpful for clearing sinus. Ooh, okay, yes. I'll check that out. If anything, tag me on it. Like, just at me on that message that you posted, so that way I can see it for sure. Ooh, I have some Vicks. I should use some. Vicks is like the most like kid memory. That's probably one of my earliest memories is my mom putting Vicks on me as a kid. And here's a little behind the scenes little stuff about me. You're 10 steps ahead of me. You did already at me? All right, awesome. I have never ever enjoyed sleeping without my shirt on. I always sleep with a shirt on. And I remember as a kid, whenever my mom, or even when I was a teen, I remember my mom told me, like, oh, you should put some Vicks. And I'm like, oh my, I hate it. I hate it. I don't mind the Vicks. I just hate not having a shirt on when I go to bed. It's weird to me. Anyway, a little bit more information you know about me now. But, as usual, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This was a fun stream, even though we weren't sure it even was going to happen. The gameplay, though, was a lot of fun, even though a little frustrating when we had to do that thing like 3-4 times. But we made it through. I learned my way. You know, I don't play Dark Souls and Silksong and all that stuff just for my health. I actually love to get good. So, That was a good time. That was a good demonstration of it, I'd say. Yes, and it was an intense stream on many fronts. So after this, I'm probably going to go eat something and then start researching what I need to do to get myself a new computer, because I don't think I can count on this thing. Anyway, yes, I love it. I love the usage of the emotes. I'm also going to be having a new emote coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. Anyway, appreciate it, guys. I love it. Oh my gosh, you know what? I would love to raid somebody, but is there somebody that I should raid? Because I don't think I have anybody right now that I have following that is on. Not to mention, how do you raid? I have not raided anybody in like literally years. I forgot the whole process of how you raid people. How does one do? I'm gonna look this up. I feel like the most boomer of boomers when I literally Google how to raid Twitch. Yeah, I feel so boomer right now. And it's funny because I used to be like way big into Twitch back in like 2014, back in the day. I was like raiding people like nobody's business. If you were streaming, I'd suggest you. Well, I would suggest you too, Kitty. But next time, if you ever do decide to be like, hey, I'm gonna play some games right after you, then we can do that. Sure thing, I can do Billy. Don't I need the channel name for him? Hey, back in the day, 2014 is 11 years ago, Zeal. So hey, that's wild. Dastardly even, I'd say. All right. Hold up real quick. I'm gonna search real quick. What is Billy's, because I don't think I follow him. His Twitch? Billy Undead. Okay. Is he on right now? I don't think he's on right now, though. No, he's not on right now. Oh, no worries, Kitty. Take it easy. 11 years ago was 2005. You can't change my mind. 21 years ago. Oh, 20 years ago, rather. We'll have to figure out how to raid next time. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to do that right now. But we shall pay it forward, because we need to. Oh, yeah, it's just like I said, I just have nobody on my follow right now who's on. Like, literally nobody is on right now, which is crazy because it's Friday. But still, literally everybody on my follow list is just out of here. So, oh well. We'll figure it out next time, for sure. We got to raid some people more often because we just don't do that. And I want to pay it forward. Anyway, you guys take care. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the raid. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. Cardlin, you guys have a great rest of your night, morning, day, weekend. And as always, you'll hear from me soon enough. Guys, take care. Bye now.